got to see some competition tonight. I guess what was that? How was that good to just be able to see them compete against each other?
Well, we talked about it there at the end. What's interesting is you get in this setting, and we've competed for 3 months against one another, and eventually there's a point where they get sick and tired of it. That doesn't happen in the fall. These are exciting things to do, but it also helps guys find their right competitive mindset, spirit, whatever it may be. And so, there may be some guys that maybe didn't perform the way they wanted. Maybe they made too much of the day. There were some guys that elevated their game and performed incredibly well. So, our job, especially over the next 3 months, is to develop the mind even more. Obviously, you see the talent with guys hitting long home runs, the velocity, the stuff. That game right there was a little weird, ugly. Guys got a bunch of runs, and then the game was very normalized. But I commend the riders for handling the 5 that happened the first 4 outs, and then it was pretty dominating on their side the rest of the way. Good, clean defense across the board. But I think more than tonight, what you get to see is anyone who's in here can tell it's supreme talent. These guys enjoy competing. I see more kind of banter back and forth, not across the line, but just more banter than maybe I have seen in our previous 3 years. And we've, of course, had great teams, great players, great competitors. But I see another level of compete that our guys have shown, not just today because of this game, but throughout the duration of the fall. And for me, that is pleasing because I know it's only going to increase as we develop more as a team and develop their minds more too.
Now that we're at the end of fall camp, where do you feel like your team is at? Like, where do you like where you're at, and where do you feel like you guys need to grow?
I think if you look at it in totality, which you have to, I want us to continue to grow as a team. I think we have a really tight bond. You can see it. We've done some team building activities that you see the kind of care factor our guys have, the support they have with one another. That's certainly a big part of what the next phase is over the next 3 months. We'll have to continue to develop, some just efficiencies for certain guys, whether it be something defensively that we want to see them do better, a couple hitters that, you're just trying to make some of those kind of mechanical tweaks, which we don't do a ton. There's nobody better than Coach Wolgamon with hitters, but this is the time to kind of do a thing or two. You look at Gavin Schrader, he had made a subtle tweak, and today hits 437 feet, so it doesn't always work that way, but that was nice. And then there's certainly some pitchers, usage things that we'll start diving into more that we can really implement when you get more serious, if you will, in January and then February with our guys. But I know we have a lot of talent. I know that we have really good kids. I'm excited to see what we do to continue to hone our craft over the next 3.
We saw Gary Gaines today win the MV pitcher. I guess just what's he been like this fall, progressing? I know last year might not have been the year he had just coming off the Tommy John and everything. Do you feel like he's kind of progressing in that aspect?
He's taking it to another level. He's throwing the ball 95 miles an hour, the off-speed repertoire. I mean, it doesn't take a trained eye to see how nasty it's become. It's been a lot of work to get to that. So really pleased, with him the entire fall. I mean, he had not walked a guy till his last outing last week, and anyone who saw it tonight, it was dominant stuff. Got a ton of strikeouts. Of course, we limit our guys to no more than 55 pitches in 3 innings, and this was the rules that were set. So that's why you see, 16 arms used. Jay Dill was sick, but 16 arms in the game. But Gary's a winner. He's a superstar. I think he's one of the best arms that there is in college baseball, especially with the development he's made. I'm just excited to see what he kind of can do, to hone a couple things over the next 3 months and then unveil it, in February.
And offensively, obviously, it was a lot of runs scored today.
Yep.
Just how deep do you feel like this offensive group is, where you guys, have more than 9 deep possibly?
Well, I definitely think that we do. There's a lot of guys competing for spots. Some guys that really struggled early have started to shine a little bit late. There's some guys that have a chance, or at least a major upper hand, to be in the lineup. But what I like is we have a lot more athleticism and speed. We have some versatile things that we can do with certain players, and we have guys that can thump it. Brooks didn't even play tonight, just holding him out, just a little sore in the back, so no reason to do it. But you have a lot of guys that can thump the baseball. Sean Darnell's really unlocked the power. What Gavin Schrader did. We know what Shane can do. We know Watts is capable of doing it. Jimmy has been tremendous. So it's just a lot of guys that are really talented, explosive players, and I think that's going to provide us, as we've had, one of the best offenses in college baseball.